You are listening to Where To Tracks. It's jingle time. Jingle bell balls.
Oh, no.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, we're Where To Tracks. I really like how Matt just tries to join in. Obviously doesn't want to, but you still give it a good go.
I still try.
You
so
give it a great go, and you know it wouldn't be the
taking
same without
part
you.
that counts.
Exactly. So we are Where To Tracks, and once again, my name is Lula Gradwell, and on my left is
Mariana Rudo.
and on my right,
Matt Riley.
fellow members of Where To magazine, launching in 1 week. Excited? Are we all excited?
So
Yeah.
excited.
We're all tingling with excitement. Tingle, tingle, tingle. And so what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about living abroad. So some people, I mean, I personally know people who have maybe gone away for several weeks and then thought, oh, I'm going to live there. And they've just done that. But for me, I went to study abroad for 6 months in Norway. Mariana over here, what did you do?
Hello. Well, I'm here in Sheffield and I've moved. So for my whole degree for 3 years.
Sorry, did we all just hear the bubbles of my drink?
That was
Do it
so
again.
subtle.
One more time. What a horrible noise. Sorry, Mariana, as you were.
Yes, I know. I just moved to England for 3 years.
Just.
As you do.
I
As you
just,
do.
yeah. Oh,
Where,
just
but
skipped
where
across the
from?
pond.
Tell them where from. Matt.
Oh, I'm from Paris. Near Paris. I was going to say Paris, near
Fontainebleau?
France. No, yeah. Fontainebleau, which is a city near Paris.
Sounds so much better when you say it.
Yeah. And I grew up there, and then when I turned 18, I was like, bye.
And she really did it. Here we are, 3rd year living in England.
Yeah.
Still here, still happy.
And alive.
Are you glad you came?
I am. I would, honestly, I don't regret my choice
Oh.
in any way. Obviously, my life would have been different if
Completely different.
But no, I really liked it, even if it was hard at the beginning.
Undoubtedly. And so what about you, Mr. Matt? Mr. Matty Chino?
I've never had that nickname before, but
We're all continental in this room, all right? Mattuccino, your turn.
I will take it to Lula Chino.
That was a
It
cheap
doesn't
shot.
work.
Okay.
So, good question. I lived in Chile after I left school, which if you listen to the last podcast, you will hear all about that.
Plug.
Plug, plug, plug. I was a volunteer there, classic gap year for a year. And then, like yourself, Lula, and you, Ariana, I went and studied abroad in Madrid, which was cool. So yeah,
And that was
me.
also for 6 months
Yeah, or
around.
whatever it was, one
Yeah.
semester.
1 semester. So who wants to start? Let's start with Matt.
Okay.
Matt, go first, and then Mariana, and then I will, so we can, split up the study girls
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay.
Semester girls, go on.
So where do you want me to start, Madrid?
Well, actually, I mean, probably the biggest question I think people will be interested in is, why did you want to study abroad?
Well, because I'd lived in Chile, I'd experienced like living in a different country, experiencing a different culture. I really enjoyed that. So I kind of just wanted to replicate that. But there was also like, this degree was getting a little bit tedious. Don't know if you felt the same.
Yeah.
And that I kind of wanted something new, a new challenge. And a huge factor is I love football, and the capital of football in Europe is probably Madrid.
Great
so
choice.
I just got to go there, watch lots of football, and just enjoy Spain really. So that was kind of why I went, and it was good fun. It was so fast compared to spending a year away, only spending like 5 months it would have been. Like it went so fast, and it was hard to fit everything in, but it was also cool because it was a different experience. I was studying rather than like volunteering, working.
Yeah.
Got to like mingle with loads of Erasmus students. I kind of screwed everything up when I got there because at the university I was at, you got to choose which year you took your modules. So obviously I wanted to choose first year, but they said that would be really boring and easy. So they then said second year would be the same. So I chose 3rd year. And all the 3rd year Spanish students had gone on Erasmus to other countries. So there was about 1 Spanish person in every class. So my aim to mix with loads of Spaniards was didn't quite come to
Go to
fruition. And so I thought, well, not to worry, I will mix with lots of Spaniards in my flat. But I got catfished big time, and I ended up living with loads of professionals who didn't want to chat or socialise in any way. But I got to know loads of Scandinavians, like yourself. Not that you're Scandinavian. I mean,
A
'cause you
quarter.
went to...
No, an eighth. An eighth,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It still counts, everyone.
Yeah,
anyway, go
still
on.
counts. So I still got to meet like loads of international students, which was cool. And Madrid's just like a great city. There is so much to do. But some particular highlights. Retiro is a park in the centre of Madrid. You can row a boat. There are lots of dogs. It's like the big dog park of Madrid. Fountains, very lovely on the eye. It's a very pretty
Well, we
park.
love those.
Yeah. Obviously the football I've mentioned, all the big teams. There's the smaller teams in Madrid. You've got to go see them. It's a very, even if you don't like football, I think you should go, because a lot of the people I went to watch the games with had no interest in football, but
It's just such a part of the city and part of it.
it's
Yeah,
just
I'd
like
love to go.
the atmosphere is very different, especially if you watch English football. If you go to Spain, they eat all these nuts. No, they're called pipas, which are like sunflower seeds.
Pipas.
And what they're in a shell. And I only found this out yesterday speaking to a Spaniard I met. You're meant to put the shell in your mouth and suck it to get the salt off. And then
Sunflower seeds, salty sunflower seeds. Yes.
And then
Sunflower seeds.
you crack it with the back of your teeth.
Yeah.
And you're meant to get the shell out your mouth without your hands.
And eat the middle bit.
And eat the middle bit.
Mm.
And oh my god, I tried it at a match and just didn't go well. I just had sunflower seeds all over me. None of them were cracked. And I just hurt my tooth because I got the shell like stuck. But they also have like a microphone in the stands and everyone has to sing the song. Which in England we would like laugh at that because we sing our own songs. We don't need a mic.
Yeah.
But they actually sing for 90 minutes straight. And I went to see Atletico Madrid. I'll come to the end of football in a minute, don't worry. I went to see Atletico Madrid, and I went in the stand with the guy with the microphone. And oh my god, I thought, oh yeah, I'll sing for the first 5 minutes, then I'll just enjoy the game. Well, I stopped singing. Oh, they descended on me from above, the side, below. Get singing, get singing.
Oh god,
So
ostracised you out the room.
By the end of that game, I was absolutely shattered. But great experience. So yeah, Madrid is cool.
Madrid is cool. And so Erasmus, so me and Matt were both on Erasmus, just in case anyone doesn't know, and it's sort of a scheme within Europe where you can go exchanges to different universities. So would thoroughly recommend.
Definitely.
From both of us. Even though, I mean, you had some issues, say with housing and whatnot, but would you still recommend?
Yeah, definitely. I think when it goes wrong, it's that kind of the best time. They're the best stories when it goes wrong. And it's also the cliche where you learn the most, you become resilient. But it was quite fun. Like when I got there, I didn't have any accommodation sorted, so like I lived in a hostel, which was cool because you got to meet more people. And then when you did get a flat, it was like a huge sigh of relief, even if I did get catfished and no one spoke to me. But that's the way it goes sometimes.
All's well that ends well.
Exactly. And it was good fun. Although, one little hiccup. When you think of Spain, what do you think of the weather to be?
Hot.
This is what I thought until I got there. And it was so cold all the time and it snowed. And then in May, just as I started exams, bang, heat wave.
Oh,
until I left. So
that's what happens here.
Oh, of course. Right now, what is the weather
England,
like?
Old Faithful.
Exactly. Nightmare.
Oh,
but yeah.
Would recommend. What about you, Miss Mariana? Miss Mariachino?
Well, so mine is different. I didn't go on Erasmus. I wanted to, but then I thought I already moved country, so I'm in a degree in another country. So I won't go to another country within that degree in another country, if that makes sense. Doesn't really, but yeah.
Convoluted, but
no,
yes.
but I think Erasmus, I've got loads of friends that did it, you as well, but like I would recommend as well. But yeah, so I moved from France to England in 2016 to study here.
And what were your main reasons for coming to study at Sheffield? Because obviously, I mean, they have sort of communications
because
in
it's
France.
the best in the UK.
Oh, yes. Oh, did we just plug that? Whoops. Oops, number
No,
one
that's the
journalism
main
department.
reason. It was in between Cardiff and Sheffield. And
Cardiff, really?
And I just chose Sheffield because on the open day, I just preferred Sheffield and how the course was like introduced to me and everything. But yeah, I know France is not far away, and there's a lot of international students that move like so far away from their country. but it was still a kind of culture shock for me to move to England because even though I went to like an international school in France, my parents are not British at all. We never I never spoke English in my house, or my mum doesn't speak English at all. Like, it's just moving here was a big step to take for me when I was 18, and it was scary because I wasn't sure if I was going to fit in.
Yeah,
and that really
and surely you didn't even know if you're going to enjoy yourself.
No, exactly. So I was like, I have signed for 3 years, but if it goes wrong, I don't know.
I'm still here.
But it didn't go wrong.
No,
But
it
that's
didn't.
The main
Yes.
thing.
First year was a bit weird. I didn't like my flat. I didn't like the people I was living with. But in the course and within my building, I met people that were very nice to me, and they're now my best friends, and it's just amazing. So yeah, I met amazing people, and I think it made me grow faster than a French person that wouldn't have moved away. And also, my English now might be not as great as you think as a British person listening, but if you knew how I spoke in first year...
I mean, there's nothing wrong.
No, I would not be on this podcast because I had a very bad accent. Some words you guys said, I was just so confused.
What words? Go on.
What words?
Because this is so interesting to hear as a Brit.
I don't know. Just like, first, like I said in the other podcast, you don't kiss when you say hi. You hug awkwardly, and that is so strange.
This contact's just not a thing.
But you know what? Little fun fact for everyone. I heard, and this is going to sound very creepy, but I heard if you're bad at hugging, then when you're about to hug someone, you should say to yourself, I love you, as you hug them, and it makes you hug the person really nicely.
Oh, thank you for that advice, Tallulah.
Maybe we should do a video on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good to... Anyway, sorry, we digress. What other words were there? If you can't think of any, can I please request that you say your Sheffield accent?
Oh, yeah, I practiced that a lot. But no, first, when I moved to Sheffield, I did not understand anything that anyone in shops would say.
To be honest, neither did I.
No, but like,
down the road, so.
I was honestly like, what? I did not get anything. The fact that English people say "my love" sometimes,
My
like,
love.
yeah, when you buy something,
That
is
was
so
such a badass.
cute.
That was good. I thought that was good.
Thanks,
Yeah, I can't think of words, but there's so many. I will think about them when we finish that podcast, probably. But yeah.
Sheffield.
Oh, okay, that's going to be very embarrassing. But I'm going to try and do it.
You're in a safe space.
I'm from Sheffield.
That's actually golden. That is golden.
French person thinks Sheffield people talk.
No, it's amazing.
Brilliant. That deserves some bubbles.
But to end my
What a
bit,
horrible noise. Sorry.
English people are open-minded so much more than in France, and that was so great to experience, honestly.
Yeah.
So thanks for being open-minded.
Anytime.
Yeah, you're welcome. But I mean, that's just saying to other people, if they are considering going abroad to learn, then you shouldn't be afraid, and you should.
No,
and
you
I mean,
should do
especially
it.
because you came into first year as well. Everyone's in that sort of mode of, I need to make friends. Oh, this could be 3 years. Blah. So like everyone's in a panic, and even if you are less confident with English or less confident in the language, it's still going to be fine, and you're going to meet people. Oh, more bubbles. We should bring these kind of props on every time. I'm not drinking, everyone, I promise. It's fun bubbles. Bubbles in the studio.
You sound like you're drinking.
I'm not. It's a cafe latte. So, what was I going to say?
Norway.
We're waiting for
Ooh.
Norway.
Norway.
Well, I mean, I only have a little bit to say, only because mine was equally an Erasmus thing. So, very much was a similar experience of Matt, where I came in the end of second year and came to Norway and had no friends but made lots of friends.
The mountains.
And what should I say about it?
What was it
tell us
like?
about
Yeah,
the mountains.
sorry, it's been a busy day, everyone. I'm back. So I'll start why I chose Norway. I chose Norway because I knew I would never ever go there in my entire life out of like all the other countries you could visit, just because it's so cold, it's so expensive, and it's reasonably difficult to travel around. So I thought, you know what, this is one of the 5 options I can go to I should probably choose there because it makes the most sense. And I absolutely loved it, and I would recommend it to anyone. And also, I think if you don't know anything about a country and you don't think you'll ever travel there, then just go there.
It's the best way to learn, right?
And see what it's like.
But what about your experience there? Because I was in Madrid, Marianne's here in Sheffield, but you lived in Volda, right? And
Volda.
And that's in the middle of the mountains,
that's
isn't
right.
So you had to get a little tiny plane from Oslo to a little city on the coast, and its population was 9,000, of which 6,000 were students.
Ooh.
So like when school was finished and all the Norwegians went home,
It was just empty.
it would just be so empty, and it was so weird.
Wow.
But no, and it was expensive. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because it was £10 for a beer, but it was delicious beer.
But the best beer of your life.
And it was 10%.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow, you've
Which-
got that extra
so
percent.
You just get drunk after one. Not that we're condoning getting drunk, but you've got to look at the positives in an expensive country. But no, I think I'm really glad I did it. I was feeling nervous before I went just because it's that classic, I don't know anyone. Am I going to be able to... Because, I mean, Norwegians are notoriously very closed off. But then I think it's the same with a lot of people when once you get into...
You're in.
You're in. Once you're in, you're in.
When you're in the circle,
Yeah,
you never leave.
exactly.
Yeah.
Once they realise how fabulous you are, then they'll never let you go. And I'm still talking to all of them to this day, which is lovely.
When I think of Norway, I just think of snow and being stuck inside. So what is it like at the end of winter? Because you sort of went end of winter.
Yeah.
What do you do?
And I was in summer as well. I saw it all. Well, there's only light for about 3 hours.
It's just crazy.
So I'd wake up and it would only get sort of light at about 10 a.m. and then it would go dark by like 1 or 2.
I just can't even imagine that. It's just so weird.
But it's so funny, like trotting to school in your little snow boots and like and stamping all the snow off before you go into class. Like, I'm a little Eskimo and I need to learn. And it's just very sweet. But yeah, it's just an amazing country, and you should go.
Is it untouched, kind of?
Only actually 80% of the country is uninhabitable.
Oh,
That's crazy.
So there's a lot of exploring to be done. And skiing is cheap, which I will write about. And yeah, I think we're around this whole table, we all condone living abroad.
Oh,
No,
definitely.
we do.
Whether it's a small amount of time or super long.
You learn so much
You
more
learn so
with
much.
others.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
It is.
It just is.
You
So
can
much
make it
fun.
happen, people. Should you do a little fist pump? But fist pump your microphone so they can hear. That's such a sweet noise. Boop. Boop, boop. Okay.
Oh, God.
What is it? Should we do trivia?
Yeah, I was going to
Quickly,
say.
yeah.
Trivia.
Quickly one.
Oh, God, no, we don't have time. We'll just do one trivia.
Okay. Now you've got to think of one.
Oh, God. Okay. We're going to do...
Trivia.
Oh, yeah. You do the jingle while I'll think of it. Trivia.
Trivia time. Boo.
This is Where Two Tracks Trivia.
Have you thought of that?
No, I
Or
haven't.
is that just distracted
She
you?
just wanted to
Jingle.
join in.
I just love to sing. Okay, well, why don't our lovely listeners think of some lovely little trivia questions that we can answer next time? Maybe that's a really stunning idea. That's a really good one, Cleo. Thanks, guys. This is where you agree.
Well, definitely, 100%.
I love it when my friends...
If they've made it this far into the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, we hope you have. We do have good advice, I promise. But also, peace. I need to stop now. It's a sunny day and we should all go enjoy the sunshine because England is never sunny.
Enjoy the sun.
Lovely. But what are we going to talk about next time? We're going to talk about hiking, surfing, sort of adventure-based holidays, if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. And presumably there's going to be more football.
Of course.
Definitely. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for listening. This has been Where Two Tracks, and I have been with, on my left,
Mariana.
and on my right,
Matt.
and I am Tallulah Gradwell, and I hope you have a delightful day.